Joe Napoli and Mike Miller from the Toledo Mudhens are in the studio with me. Now, I know you were going to do something special. When we took the tour of the arena a couple of weeks ago, which we've reposted on the website at wspd.com, you were talking about doing some special things for the opening weekend of the hockey team. Have those tickets gone on sale, and are there any left if they did?
We have the opening day. October 16th is not on sale yet because we're still selling season tickets, and that's going extremely well for us. So that date is coming soon. Saturday and Sunday are on sale now. That's going very well. So things, as far as tickets and interest in walleye hockey, it's been much, let's put it this way, I guess taking the 2 years off has really paid off from a perspective of creating demand.
I couldn't remember the name of the storm this morning. That's how bad it was. I just thought, oh God, what was the name of that team that used to play over there? Was there a break-even point that you guys had in mind, that you looked at the seating and said, you know what, we need to have 2,500 season ticket holders to really make this a deal?
2,500 season tickets will place us probably third or fourth in the league.
Really?
Yeah, and so we're really proud of that, of the roughly 20 teams in the league.
Is that how many you've sold, season tickets?
We're closing in on that. I think we're around.
Oh,
20,
I was just
20,
guessing at a number. Oh.
No, we're at. I think we're right at around 2,300 right now.
Sweet.
And the break-even point's probably 1,500 to 1,600 season tickets.
Okay,
And
so we're above that. That's good.
Yeah, things are going well.
All right, excellent. And from what I understand, when we took the tour the other day too, the logo and the merchandising is already right up there, kind of on a level of the Toledo Mudhens in the minor league baseball world.
We really, I wouldn't compare it to the Hens only because of I wouldn't compare it to the Hens. But
okay.
In the hockey world, we were number 4 last year, even though we didn't play.
Wow.
So we, again, very
all you
proud
gotta
of
do,
that.
all you gotta do is win your first 10 games, and that stuff will be flying out the doors, man.
Yeah, so we've been very pleased. We see the merchandise all over the community, so people have embraced it.
Yeah, well, Don already has his shirt. He didn't waste any time. So who actually owns the building then? We do, right? Me, the taxpayers.
Lucas County owns the building.
So I can walk in anytime I want, and just sit down.
No.
Oh, what the hell? Come on, I thought, boy, that was
lunch.
a pretty quick answer, too. I thought ownership had its privileges.
And especially you. We've got your photo circulated.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right, listen, we took a great tour. The arena looks terrific. Will there be a night that's just open for the public to come in and wander around and see what's happening inside, and what the sight lines are like and all that kind of stuff?
Saturday, October 3rd and Sunday, October 4th will be an open house.
Oh, that's the following weekend, after this weekend then
Yeah,
already.
so you'll be able to come then, bring your family. We'll kick
Can
the
I sit
tires.
down then?
You may.
Jeez, I feel like I'm going to be followed around for crying out loud.
Oh, don't feel like it, because that will happen.
Well, some of the things that people are going to see are the great sight lines for both the concerts and the hockey games. You've got TVs all over the place, so that you'll never miss a piece of the action, because there'll always be something on one of the screens. And one of the really cool features is the giant screen that you have at one end of the arena. How did that come about?
Well, we went back and forth on a couple of options. Do you do the center hung scoreboard, which is traditional in many buildings? But what we quickly found out is in a lot of mid-sized markets, they did the end zone board, because it's usually used for sports and not for the concerts or any other shows. So the dilemma was, do you build a center hung with 4 smaller screens, or do you do one giant screen in the end zone? So we did the giant screen, plus we did the ribbon boards as well.
Yeah.
So there'll be 600 feet of ribbon board on the club level facade, and then the video board, I think it measures 20 by 30, which is as big as the board, roughly the size of the board in right field at Fifth Third Field.
Sweet, that's going to look pretty nice. Now, given the fact that we've had good sales already for the walleyes, and we expect good sales for the bullfrogs and the concerts and things like that, where are we at when it comes to paying the bills on all of this stuff? Are we over budget? Are we under budget? Because I know there were a lot of cost-cutting measures too that went in, and a lot of local companies actually donated some of the construction material just to get it in the building, so they could say, look, that's our glass, that's our concrete.
Owens Corning made a significant contribution. All of the building materials that will allow us to actually receive the silver status for LEED certification. So basically, energy efficient buildings. They rate it like the Olympic medal.
Right.
So we'll receive that silver status, which is unusual for arenas and ballparks. Very unusual. Pilkington donated all of the glass that you'll see throughout the building. The interesting part was the construction environment when we broke ground. Sadly, was a great benefit for Lucas County and for our citizens, but sadly the construction environment was such where people were really scrambling for work and just wanted to keep their people employed.
Sure.
So the bids came in, they were very aggressive. The building budget was roughly $87 million, and we hit that budget. And when you mentioned the cost cutting, the key to that was every step along the way, the Lathrop company did basically cost estimates. So we could re-engineer the building based on that budget that we wanted.
So they kept an eye on things as you built it, and as something came up, say for instance it was time to put the seats in, you could say, okay, great, we're way under budget, we could get nicer seats, or we're very close to the end of our budget, we have to get a little less expensive seat.
You summed it up correctly.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened.
So we hit the budget.
Yes.
All right. At the new Lucas County Arena, which doesn't have a name yet, so let's talk a little bit about that, because I showed you a great logo, and if people want to see it, they can go to my website, WSPD.com, and just type in the keyword Fred. It's right there. We came up with it yesterday. The Fink Rink, and Penny Collins, who's a local graphic artist, who's done some work for the Mud Hens, as a matter of fact, did a nice logo for me. So if you guys are looking for a graphic artist, I know one. And I know you like that logo, Joe.
I'm gonna have to reserve comment.
You're non-committal at this point. But let's talk about the naming rights, because that's one of the things. There were some things that the dollars from those particular things, including the naming rights and the ticket sales and the suites and all that stuff, were going to help to cover the debt for building this thing in the first place. Where do we stand, so that the public knows, with the naming rights right now?
We've been actively engaged in conversations now for probably 18 months, and the challenge of it is, when you look at naming rights deals, they're typically financial institutions, automobile,
Yeah.
beer, soft drink, and all of those categories are suffering today. I'm pretty confident that had it been normal economic conditions, we'd have a name on the building already.
Sure. And even some
that's the
places
challenge.
that have tried to name things. Well, I think it was it Citigroup or Citibank wanted to name the new stadium for the New York team, the baseball team out there, and they caught a lot of flack because they were just getting a bailout from the government.
Right.
So I can understand where maybe some people are gun shy. Do you think that within a year or 2 years we'll have a name, and it'll be a name that'll last for 10 to 15 years, like the Fifth Third Field?
Yes, and the reason I say that is we have been talking to several companies. They do have proposals. They have asked all of the right questions. So it's just a matter of time. The question is when. It's not if, it's when.
So for now, can I refer to it as the Fink Rink?